There's quite a few games have TODs. Like Rexon said, the first thing come to your mind is Marvel and like Dragon Ball. Um, you have it in certain games. I think even Tekken has like TODs, like depending on like where you get the hit, if it's a counter hit or something, for a stage. Certain stages allow TODs. If you do the combo correctly. Um, I think they're I think they're okay. I will say that I feel like TOD should stay in an area of like high execution because I don't think we should ever get to the point where TODs are like just boop boop 1 2 3 4 5 boop boop. Which I guess you could kind of argue that was the case in Marvel 3 because X Factor allowed you to do TODs. Um, and a lot of those weren't even the TACs. They were just like your X Factor, and Virgil was a perfect example. Level 2 or level 3 Virgil could literally just kill you from just doing like ABC launcher into uh OTG rejump, Helmbreaker, OTG super. But for the most part, like Dragon Ball, TODs aren't like super hard. Like most TODs are like they're fairly easy. I would say for the most part, you just have to just get the most memory down and recognize when can do it and practice the routes and the starters for it. Um, it can be salt inducing at times just to lose a character without even getting a chance to you don't even get a chance to do anything. Um, I think there's games like I want to say Skullgirls has like I'm not sure. I haven't played Skullgirls in a while, and I'm not totally up to par on the combo system. But I know there was an infinite prevention system, which allowed which didn't allow you to like redo like certain strings like the same time in a combo. I'm not sure if Skullgirls has TODs. I think it does for the most part. I'm pretty sure. You just have to make sure the route that you're doing is like a specific route. And if you do anything over like twice in a route, then the combo will drop. But for the most part, I think those routes were kind of difficult. So I guess if it's difficult, it's kind of one thing where you can just be like, okay, whatever. But it's still just kind of like, man, you get a character come in, and they just die. Zero. Perfect example. Like that character could literally just put you in the corner and just kill everybody from one touch. Make you block wrong, incoming, you're dead.
Got to.
So I do think in Zero's case, that's kind of much. When you got a character like that can just literally kill all three characters without them even like touching the ground or doing anything. Like that's a bit much. I mean, you like to see it sometimes. You're like, oh snap, it's hype, but if you're on the receiving end, you like, dude, I didn't even get to touch the ground. Like he made me block. I blocked the cross up wrong. I blocked the overhead wrong, whatever, and now I'm dead.
You might
So
as well have went to the movies.
yeah, it's like where's the popcorn at? Because get my little drink and sip on it. But I think TODs are cool. Um, I just think for the most part, you got to keep them. It's got to be a balance. Like they can't be too easy, and it can't be so ridiculous to the point, like I said, with Zero, like where you just was a team game and you're just literally, because I think most TODs are usually from team games, like I said, Marvel, Dragon Ball. I think even Blaze Blue Cross Tag. Again, I'm not too familiar with that game because I didn't really play it or follow it much, but I did hear there was some ridiculousness in that game. Um, and then sometimes it doesn't even have to be like a full on TOD combo. Sometimes you can be like a touch of death, just like a reset. You touch them and then you like make them reset, make them guess, and then it's like a two touch TOD. Well, for the most part, TODs are usually referring to like a one touch and you die. Um, but yeah, I just think that they need to be a certain level of difficulty. Like TACs weren't the easiest thing to learn. You just couldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna just press two buttons and do a TAC. The TACs were hard. And it also took a long time. Like Dante, his TAC took forever to kill you. It was definitely a touch of death, but you could almost run the clock out before they died. That's kind of still bad because it's like if they have the execution, you literally can't do anything. You're literally gonna either die or watch the clock run out, and that's almost even more salt than Like you mean to tell me you comboed me so long that I didn't die, but the clock ran out? Meet me outside right now, man. So so that's one of those things. But yeah, TODs, they're interesting, man, because I think a lot of people like to see them because it's like, oh snap, he killed him in one hit and it's hype. But again, like I said, the person that received is like, bruh, when this match is over, man, outside first to six,
In real
like,
life.
like I got a TOD I've been working on in the gym. I need to try it out, so on the speed bag. But they bring the hype. People like to see them. People love to see people get killed in one hit. But sometimes it just feels like it's kind of unfair in certain instances. And again, I keep going back to zero. You just kill a character off with loops, and then they come in and just get crossed up, and then they die again. That's just kind of ridiculous. But I mean, Marvel has been like that for since Marvel 2 for us as long as you can remember. Guard break stuff, but they're interesting and exciting to see. But they bring salt. But I think they need to be kind of mitigated a bit. Don't make them too easy, but keep them in the middle. That's my take on TODs.
I've never been that huge of a fan of TODs, like touch of death combos. Just have never been a huge fan of them. Mostly because I feel like the whole point, like like you're playing a fighting game. Well, what's the most important thing in being able to play a fighting game? Well, that's to play the fighting game. So if you come in and somebody starts like doing a touch of death combo on you, guess what? You don't get to play the fighting game, right? You're just sitting there, just like, oh, you're like, what? I can't do anything, especially in games without bursts. Can you imagine? You imagine what it's like sitting there and you're just like, oh, I'm having such a great time, and then somebody just comes in and they just start juggling you, and you're just kind of like, can I do anything? Nope. It's a touch death combo. They just got you looped in a corner and just hitting you over and over and over again. Then they switch in another character, and now they got it's like, man. I mean, like Devin said, I mean, it's hype, I guess, to like look. I tell you what, I know it's hype for everybody else to look at, but for me, whenever I see a touch of death combo, like a touch of death combo in like an actual match, it just makes my blood boil. It really does. It makes my blood boil because I'm just like, man, are you kidding me? Like, how is that fun? You know what I mean? Like, is that supposed to be fun for the other person? I don't understand. I understand, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get hit, and like sometimes you're going to have to hold that L when it comes to taking, like, you took one too many combos, right? Like maybe you died after like 3 combos or you died after 4 combos. Okay, fine. But dying after 1 combo, that means basically you aren't allowed to make any mistakes. You aren't allowed to make a mistake. And I think like in terms of the way that it is, especially I think like in terms of the team games, I'm a little on the fence with that because on the one hand, I don't really like seeing like touch of death combos, but on the other hand, it is like in order to do a touch of death combo in a team game, you kind of have to you have to set it up a certain kind of way. Like it's not like you can just bam do it because like you have to have all your characters usually, and you have to have like a certain amount of meter. You have to have built up a certain amount of meter, even be able to sustain that combo for the entire combo. So I mean, at least like I don't know, man. There's sometimes I see touch of death combos, and like there's just something in my brain just goes off, and I'm just like, man, I can only imagine what it's like to be the person on the other end of that, bro. That must be depressing. Depressing. You came into the match thinking, oh boy, we're gonna have an actual match. Nope, we're watching a movie today. We are watching a movie, and like I don't even know why you even brought a controller with you. There was no point in you bringing a controller. You might as well just like don't even bring a controller next time because like there's no point. So yeah, I think touch of death combos, man. I don't know. I mean, because like there aren't like in the games that I've played normally. I don't because I didn't when I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 at the very beginning when everybody started playing it. Nobody was doing touch of death combos yet. Like it was like vanilla Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Nobody was doing anything like that yet. So it's just kind of like, oh, okay, you were just kind of in these combos like lasted for a hot minute, but they weren't like touch of death. So I don't think I've ever played a game in recent memory that I can remember where I've been touch of death. I think, oh no, that's not true. I played Dragon Ball Fighters. I've been TOD'd in that game, and that is frustrating in that game too. I can't think of any game that I've ever like. Man, what a pain in the butt, man. To be stuck there getting just beaten. Like you're thinking, oh man, I get to play as Goku and Krillin and Gohan and Piccolo. This is gonna be fun. And then this other guy comes in with like Ultra Instinct Goku, and they've been training in the mountains for like the past couple months to be able to do touch of deaths, and you have no idea what's going on. And it's like, oh man.
Your
At
first
least in that
mistake
game, I
was
think
that
they
you
have
picked
burst,
Krillin.
right? What happened?
So your first mistake was you picked Krillin.
Oh, come on, man. Krillin has like sensu beans and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
give him a chance.
He need him.
Give him a chance, man. Anyway, I'm just ranting. I'm just ranting at this point. I don't really like. I like Touch of Death like Arya Mikado does like Touch of Death like combo like exhibition stuff on Twitter. I think that's cool. But like in an actual match against a person like man, can you imagine how insulting it is? Like I don't know what I would do if one of my buddies like did that to me. It's like, oh, I'm gonna hit you with a Touch of Death. I was like, come on, man. Why? You asked me to play the game with you, and then you start doing Touch of Death combos. Like, why would you do that to me? You lured me here under false pretenses, like we were gonna play the game. Now we're not playing the game. You're playing the game. I'm just watching. So I don't know, man. I would say I'm not a huge fan of Touch of Death. So by the way, shout out to Arya Mikado for her FGC content. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Touch of Death.